Waves, directed by Trey Edward Shults, is one of those rare films that stays with you for days. The film follows the emotional and turbulent journey of a suburban African-American teen, played brilliantly by Kelvin Harrison Jr., with Sterling K. Brown in the role of his domineering father. The visual storytelling is powerful, as are the performances from the young actors Kelvin Harrison Jr., Taylor Russell, and Alexa Demie. We don't often get the chance to see young actors of color in a meaty, dramatic role. We sat down with Kelvin, Taylor, and Alexa to discuss the lack of dramatic roles for actors who look like them. Is it hard for young actors to find these juicy roles like in this film?
Yeah, I mean, I think you don't see that often in Hollywood because it doesn't exist usually.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, especially for people of color.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stories about Caucasian kids who go through stuff like that. There's countless ones for a very long time. I could list many, which is, you know, nothing against the actors in those films. It's just that I think there's only been one narrative about, you know, a type of person who can feel sorts of things that are universal, that everybody feels and can connect to. And, you know, as people of color, we've seen ourselves in white people since, you know, we started watching TV and movies, and I think that, you know, times are really changing right now. I think this project shows you that, and and I haven't done things like this before because the stuff just doesn't come across my desk. I haven't said no. I haven't auditioned for these things and haven't got them. They don't happen. Zendaya in Euphoria, that is a role that hasn't happened before. Helena Howard in Madeline's Madeline, that has a role that hasn't happened before. There are these certain roles that you see that you're like, oh, we just don't get these opportunities, and that's why they're few and far in between. It's not because we don't want them. Yeah. You know, we want them. They're just not there.
Yeah, even for like Maddie in Euphoria, a lot of executives thought that character needed to be a blonde, blue-eyed girl because she's a cheerleader. And the creator of the show, Sam Levinson, and some of the producers like really fought to go against that. And so, yeah, I think as a society, we're like hungry to see more of ourselves on these screens. And I think when we see a cast that's all Caucasian, I think we're uninterested. Yeah. You know, we're uninterested. We want to see ourselves, and we want to see, you know, kids that kids that look like us. And so I think that it's starting to change, and I think we need to see more of it. Especially with young Latin women and men. I think we're moving in a direction where we're starting to see these incredible lead characters, but it's still lacking a bit in the Latin community, and I think that, you know, it's lacking in a sense where, like, if there is a lead, it's like very stereotypical, you know? So I think more of these characters would be incredible, and it's what we need. And Trey, I don't think he even writes with like race in mind. It's just, you know, I mean, with this film in particular, he just loved Kelvin and wanted to put Kelvin in the film and wanted to offer him any role he wanted in the film, and Kelvin chose Tyler. And so if more filmmakers and more writers could do that, I think that's what we want. We all want it. And I feel that.
Kelvin, you want to add to that conversation?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just talent first. Cast the best person in the role. Yeah. And I think a lot of times we try to turn it into a formula and go, well, if we put this person in and then we get this amount of money and this is going to happen here, and also, but we don't want the conversation to get a little too political, so let's put a black person in here, and maybe we put an Asian person as best friend because that's good. We haven't seen Asians in a while. You know, it's like they're literally trying to calculate it, and I think it's just be honest, as Trey was with this movie. Game should recognize game, and just let it be that. It's a really simple process. The fact that Trey was able to kind of take the time and want to listen to me and want to understand how I was raised and my upbringing and understand my experience is progressive in and of itself. And also, he's an anomaly. No one else is trying to do that. No one else is really trying to challenge themselves in that way. And I also think those are the gaps that bridge human beings together in the world, just from watching the movies, but in our other relationships. It's just about understanding, listening, and showing love and putting love in the forefront. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean he's created this beautiful film that's, you know, now like an acclaimed film and on the way to hopefully even bigger things with an all like brown black cast. Which is like you don't see that often.
Yeah, that's what felt so original about this film. I was like, I'm watching an actual black family, but it's universal. And, you know, and the fact that there's this one triggering device, the N-word, that triggers your emotions. It's like, oh my God, like they didn't ignore the race thing, but like all these little elements that, you know, just, oh my God, I was like, wow. Like he balanced everything so well.
Future of filmmaking.
Look, I mean, there's so many conversations now about like, we need more diversity behind the lens, and yes, of course we do. There's a lot of conversations that we've been a part of that are like, how can a white person tell the story? But look, Trey is a white man who chose to step out of his realm of existence as a white person and cast a black family in this role and tailor his life story to that. When do you see that happen? You don't. You don't, because people are scared to go out of their comfort zones. And this filmmaker who is egoless and sensitive and cares about the female experience, cares about the black experience, the colored experience for many different people. He's surrounded by, you know, different races, Asian people, black people. He cares. That's how we change this industry. That's how we move forward. It's not by saying white people can't make stories. It's let's promote the white people who care about other people who aren't white. That's what we need to do, and that's what he did with this film, and that's why I'm really proud to be a part of it.